If you choose comfort today, then tomorrow you will be forced to choose compulsion. This is one of the bitterest truths of life. And the harsh reality is that the world does not respect anyone's dreams. The world respects only those who are ready to pay the price for their dreams. Every person wants success. Every person wants a big life. But very few people are willing to accept the cost that must be paid to reach that life. That is why the crowd is always large, but the peak is always empty. At some point, you too must have felt that you have potential inside you, that you can do something great, that your life was not meant to remain ordinary. But every time you try to move forward, something stops you. Sometimes it is laziness, sometimes fear, sometimes the opinions of others, and sometimes those comfortable habits you do not want to leave. The truth is, it is not the world that is stopping you. It is your own comfort. Comfort slowly eats away at a person's strength. And by the time a person realizes it, their desires have already weakened. The real game of success is not about talent, it is about sacrifice. The difference between two people is often not their ability, but how much sacrifice they are willing to make. One person goes to bed early because they have to work hard in the morning. Another person keeps scrolling on their phone late into the night. Both may have big dreams, but their habits have already decided their future. Life works in a very fair manner. The more you invest, the more results you receive. The only difference is that investment always comes first, and results always come later. Most people lose because they want to see results first and make sacrifices later. They want motivation first. They want to see a glimpse of success first. Then they are willing to work hard. But life works the opposite way. First you have to sacrifice. First you have to show discipline. First you have to work alone. And only after a long time do results appear.
This is the stage where most people stop. They feel their hard work is being wasted. But the truth is, hard work is never wasted. It is changing you from within. Sacrifice does not only mean hard work. Sacrifice also means letting go of the things that make you weak. Every time you say no to a useless habit, at that very moment you are saying yes to your future. Every time you choose a difficult path over an easy one, you separate yourself from the crowd. Greatness does not arrive suddenly. It is the result of thousands of small decisions that no one notices. But those very decisions strengthen your character. The problem is that people see sacrifice as a loss. They believe that if they give something up today, they are losing something. But the real truth is that sacrifice is not a loss, it is an investment. When you spend time learning instead of wasting it, you are not losing anything. You are strengthening your future. When you leave comfort and work hard, you are not punishing yourself. You are raising yourself to a level that very few people ever reach. Every great person in the world has walked alone at some point. They made decisions that no one understood at the time. They made sacrifices that were mocked. But with time, those sacrifices became their greatest strength. While others were trapped in an easy life, they were preparing themselves. While others were searching for comfort, they were building strength. And when opportunity arrived, they were ready, while others were still preparing. You must understand that life gives opportunities to everyone. But those opportunities benefit only the people who are already prepared. Sacrifice prepares you. Discipline prepares you. Small daily efforts prepare you. People often say that luck decides everything. But the truth is, luck works only in favor of those who have raised themselves to a level where they can handle the opportunity. These decisions may look ordinary, but over time they create extraordinary results. Success never comes from one big step. It is the result of thousands of small steps. Another aspect of sacrifice is independence from people's opinions. When you are serious about your goals, you often have to make decisions that others do not like. People will say, "Why are you working so hard? Enjoy life." If you lack clarity, you will slowly fall under their influence. But a person who understands their purpose knows that it is impossible to please everyone. They want respect, but they do not buy acceptance at the cost of their dreams. Every big goal demands that something be given up. If you divide your time in every direction, you will not move forward in any direction. Focus means consciously saying no. And that no separates you from others. The world often sees the person who makes different decisions as strange. But with time, that same person becomes an example. Sacrifice does not only give results. It gives you a new personality. When you repeatedly make difficult decisions, a quiet confidence develops within you, a calm belief that whatever you decide, you can do. This confidence does not come from outside. It comes from keeping promises you make to yourself. Many people do not fail because they lacked opportunities. They fail because they did not make themselves worthy of those opportunities. Opportunities always exist, but they stay only with those who are prepared. And preparation is nothing but consistent sacrifice. The person who gives up a little comfort every day slowly reaches a level where opportunities begin to search for them. In the beginning, sacrifice feels painful. But over time, it becomes a habit. What feels difficult today becomes normal after a few months. These decisions may look ordinary, but over time they create extraordinary results. Success never comes from one big step. It is the result of thousands of small steps. Another aspect of sacrifice is independence from people's opinions. When you are serious about your goals, you often have to make decisions that others do not like. People will say, "Why are you working so hard? Enjoy life." If you lack clarity, you will slowly fall under their influence. But a person who understands their purpose knows that it is impossible to please everyone. They want respect, but they do not buy acceptance at the cost of their dreams. Every big goal demands that something be given up. If you divide your time in every direction, you will not move forward in any direction. Focus means consciously saying no. And that no separates you from others. The world often sees the person who makes different decisions as strange. But with time, that same person becomes an example. Sacrifice does not only give results. It gives you a new personality. When you repeatedly make difficult decisions, a quiet confidence develops within you, a calm belief that whatever you decide, you can do. This confidence does not come from outside. It comes from keeping promises you make to yourself. Many people do not fail because they lacked opportunities. They fail because they did not make themselves worthy of those opportunities. Opportunities always exist, but they stay only with those who are prepared. And preparation is nothing but consistent sacrifice. The person who gives up a little comfort every day slowly reaches a level where opportunities begin to search for them. In the beginning, sacrifice feels painful. But over time, it becomes a habit. What feels difficult today becomes normal after a few months. When discipline becomes normal, progress accelerates. You no longer have to force yourself. You naturally do what moves you forward. There will be times when it feels like others are moving ahead while you are working hard. But remember, everyone is building their future right now, some by choosing comfort, others by choosing struggle. Those who choose the easy path today face difficulty later. Those who choose the hard path today enjoy freedom later. Sacrifice does not mean punishing yourself. It means making yourself worthy of the life you truly want to live. When you understand that every sacrifice is an investment, your mindset changes. You stop thinking about what you are losing and start thinking about what you are building. And that thinking transforms an ordinary person into an extraordinary one. Sacrifice changes the way you think. At first, you change habits for your goals, waking up on time, practicing regularly, avoiding distractions. Slowly, those habits become your identity. You are no longer trying to succeed, you are becoming the kind of person for whom success is natural. Most people stop because they focus only on results, not the process. They want quick results to validate their sacrifice. But the truth is, results always come late. First the process changes. Then habits change. Then personality changes. And finally, results appear. The person who understands this sequence remains patient. They continue working because they know every day's effort is silently strengthening their foundation. Another important form of sacrifice is letting go of limited thinking. Often the biggest sacrifice is not external things, but old beliefs like, I am not good enough, I don't have resources, or I don't have the right time. These beliefs slowly drain your energy. When you recognize and release these thoughts, you open doors to new possibilities. Because as long as your belief is small, your effort will also remain small. Successful people are not successful because of magical talent. They are successful because they consistently choose self-improvement. They accept that for some time, they must walk a different path. While others rest, they learn. While others make excuses, they practice. This consistency slowly takes them to a level where their results look extraordinary to others. In this journey, you must learn to set priorities. Every day you will face many choices. Some give instant pleasure but no growth. Others feel difficult but strengthen your future. Every time you choose the right option, you vote for your future. Repeated right choices slowly shape your destiny. Sacrifice is not only about work. It is also about energy. You must decide where you spend your mental energy. Unnecessary comparisons, pointless arguments, and negativity slowly drain you. A person who truly wants to grow protects their energy. They do not engage in every discussion. They do not respond to every criticism. They do not chase every attraction. Over time, you realize that the things you gave up were not that important. Comfort, distractions, and temporary pleasures only made you feel good for a moment. Discipline and consistency gave you self-respect. Self-respect is one of the strongest forces in life. When you move forward with sacrifice and discipline, people eventually ask how you achieved it. They see the result, not the process. They do not see the days you practiced without comfort. They do not see the moments you continued despite doubt. But you know that behind every visible success were countless invisible decisions. Remember, the purpose of sacrifice is not just to achieve success, but to build the ability to create success again and again. One success can be luck, but discipline creates repeated success. So ask yourself today, what small sacrifice can I make that brings me closer to my goal? That small decision, repeated daily, builds your future. One day, sacrifice stops being a decision and becomes a lifestyle. Discipline becomes automatic. Most people quit before reaching this level. But those who cross this initial difficulty find the path ahead much easier. Success does not come from sudden miracles. It comes from continuous sacrifice and continuous effort. Real change happens slowly. Better use of time. Higher productivity. Stronger confidence. And finally, recognition. Many people fail not because they are incapable, but because they do not persist long enough. Success often goes to the person who stays just a little longer than others. When you consistently sacrifice for your goals, you develop deep stability. External circumstances cannot shake you easily. Your confidence comes from habits, not situations. You will feel loneliness on this path. People may not understand your choices. But remember, those who choose comfort today pay its price tomorrow. Those who choose discipline today enjoy its rewards tomorrow. Sacrifice does not mean giving up joy. It means choosing long-term fulfillment over short-term pleasure. So make a promise to yourself today. One small sacrifice every day. One small improvement every day. Because in the end, success does not belong to those who only dream, but to those who are ready to pay the price for their dreams every single day.